Okay, welcome everyone. I'm going to get right into the stock market technical analysis. I wanted to wait till the end of the day. The market was kind of choppy today, and I just wanted to kind of get the. I didn't want to put out anything out there today that we didn't have the full picture. So purposely waited till the end of the day to see how we closed, and I'm going to give you guys my thoughts on what's up and where we might be going. Again, we're going to use everything that we see in the chart. So, I'll give you guys my general thoughts and give you kind of my gut feeling, but we definitely need to use the charts to be our guide. So let's get into it. As I go along, if you guys are finding value in the content, let me know. I do appreciate it. Drop me a thumbs up, leave me a comment, let me know how I'm doing, let me know how I could improve. We always look to get better. So I do appreciate the comments. And also, if you are interested in learning this as a skill set, check out my stock market technical analysis course, link in the description below. All right, finally, we'll get into the charts. Triple Qs. So, tech sector. 279 has been a real key pivot point really for a while, going back to September 26th. We've had lots of reactions on that. You can see here we started holding there as support, and then when we broke, they tested it as resistance 3 times. Okay, then we kind of moved down, and as we move lower, we had bullish divergence here on the momentum indicator, so that was telling us, okay, probably going to rally. Now we have had a rally, okay, and again, there's your rally. Now looking at that 279, we've been holding support a couple times. It broke below it here, but there it is, and you can see today pretty much testing it the last couple days as well. So we need, that's kind of a key pivot level, and they've been battling it out. And where do we go from here? Well, to the upside, the next level of resistance is about 286. I got it at 285.91, but you can see that's an area of support, and that should be resistance on the upside. So any move to the upside will likely either be rejected or at least get a reaction right there. So that's the upside. The downside level, if we start breaking down, and tomorrow we have a jobs report. So obviously the market's going to move on that jobs report. Likely, if you get good jobs news where like people aren't losing their job, the market's going to sell down to say, oh, the Fed's got to hike rates. That's kind of just programmed into the charts and the algos. If we break down to the downside, we probably are going to go, and I got to go to the daily chart to show you, but I think that we will first head down to the June lows, which is about 269.50. All right, maybe hold there for a day or so, but I do think we probably head down there if we're going to get a downside break, and then ultimately continue lower down to our profit target, our final profit target of 238. Okay, that's the downside. I think there's an opportunity for a lot more downside than there is upside, but that's kind of what I see. Now, if this rally that started the last couple of days has legs to it, we don't have to stop at 286. We could obviously go up to the next level of resistance, which is 291, and then obviously we have a downtrend line to watch as well. This is your bear market downtrend. Started back in December. All right, so there it is. Resistance, resistance, resistance. If you rally and you continue to rally up there, that should be resistance again. Okay, until that's taken out, that's your downtrend in this bear market. I don't think, all right, if you want to know my gut feeling, and I'll tell you why, I think we're probably going to sell off tomorrow, to be honest. And again, it's hard to call it the exact move, but I think we're going to sell off and actually make that move, that push down to 238 before we have a sustainable rally. Okay, so here's what I'm thinking. I think we break down, we hold down at this 268 or so for a day or so, and then continue to break, flushing down to 238. From there, we'll probably get a rally all the way up to this downtrend line that's marked out here. All right, so that's kind of what I'm thinking as of right now. Now, if I go down to the hourly chart on Triple Qs, I'll show you why I think we're going to break down tomorrow. And again, this is just micro calls. It's very hard to be completely accurate on an every single day basis. But You can see that basically over the last couple days, we had this uptrend line we were walking up. And today we started to break that. Now it's not impulsive. We haven't broken it, impulsively because we've got the jobs report coming out. So the market's going to kind of wait and see, but something to look for right there. So 279, do we hold that or do we break down? A breakdown, in my opinion, is a sell signal. And then we should go lower. The other reason why I think we potentially could go lower, you can see here on the hourly chart, we're just starting to build negative divergence right there. See it on the RSI and the PPO. So momentum's trading lower while price was kind of popping and making new highs. That's a divergent high right there. Okay, if you don't understand the concepts of divergences, take my stock market technical analysis course. I break each concept out into individual classes and really just kind of, break it down into individuals, and then at the end put it all together to give you guys a checklist on how to find trade setups and trade ideas and how to manage risk. At the end of the day, the charts can tell us one thing, we still have to manage risk because there's no guarantees in this game. So, there's probabilities. We put our money down on bets where the probability is in our favor, and then we manage risk. Okay, so that's what I see. I got negative divergence on the hourly. I've got a break of this trend line. They're parking it today, pretty much right there at that 279. After hours, we're below it, but close. Basically right on that 279. So tomorrow will be interesting. We'll see how it goes. Let's look at the NASDAQ futures, because again, the jobs report I think comes out before the market opens, so the futures are likely going to make the move first. In the futures, you can see there's your negative divergence right there starting to build, okay, on the RSI and the PPO. So and then if I just get rid of all these little trend lines I marked out, you can see that was a divergent high, that was a divergent high. We're making negative divergence. These are divergent highs. Now, doesn't mean we can't continue. We could spike up after the jobs report and, maybe run into the next level of resistance on the futures, which is right here at about 11,790. But, even if we do that, we're probably still not going to take out the divergence. We'll still have negative divergence. So it would be a divergent high. Again, that's why it would be a good shorting opportunity if we spiked up right there, okay, to short right there. But the thing is that usually when you have a level of resistance and everybody's kind of eyeballing that in a bear market, they'll step in early and start selling early. And so that might have been what we just saw. All right. They might have just started selling it early and we're heading lower. All right. If I had to wager one way or the other, I actually think we are probably heading lower. Okay. But again, I could be wrong and we could spike up. You see the price action up here. It's a level to be shorted into, in my opinion. And here's your SPY futures, ES. All right. Same look as we have on the NASDAQ futures. Negative divergence on the hourly chart right there. Okay. We've got downtrending momentum and we have a divergent high. So the divergences can build for a while. So that's why I don't say that we have to break down. We could put in another divergent high and that's completely possible. But this divergence here is telling me that we're going to break down soon. Whether we pop up and make a new high or just break down, it tells me that it's going to break down soon. So again, that's why yesterday we took profits in those long trades. We caught the long trade pretty much perfectly. And if you're in the private member group, you would know that. I told everyone exactly where to go long at, and it was pretty much 100% accurate yesterday. And then we took some profit. So, yeah, that's kind of what I'm saying. It doesn't make sense to be heavily long right now with these divergences building. We've got the jobs report tomorrow. If anything, I'd actually probably prefer to be short. And that's actually what I've done, okay? I've taken I pretty much got rid of my long triple Qs longs, started taking short positions back, looking for that move down. Okay. Now I don't have a full position. I'll add to that position if I'm right and we do start to sell down, or if we bounce up to those resistance levels I just pointed out on triple Qs. We've got a couple there, but at 286 and 291, I'll add to a short position on back tests of those levels. So that's an add right there. That's an add right there. I don't want to add really above that. We start going above that, I'll probably look for areas to stop out and maybe short it back up here at the big resistance line. All right, so that's my trading plan. I am short triple Qs right now. Let's have a quick look at gold. Gold's at resistance, still there. So here's your downtrend line in gold bullion. Resistance, 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 and resistance. So, you know, there's no breakouts. You're at resistance. No reason to be, aggressively long gold right now, at least the metal. We do have bullish divergence on the daily chart. So this was your last divergent low. Tells me we are going to break to the upside. But until we see the break of that return line, then there's no buy signal. So we maybe pull back to 1680 and then break out. Okay. A break of that trend line would be the buy signal. Until we get it, that's it. You know, we are still within this downtrend. The miners look a little different though. And so maybe they're going to front run the metal. But here's the gold miners. This is Newmont Mining, one of the largest ones. So on Newmont Mining on the daily chart, you've got this downtrend line, lots of tags of resistance. There's another one. Down here, we started building strong bullish divergence. I've pointed it out for a while. Clear bullish divergence. We're just drifting lower in price while momentum is moving higher. That's divergence. We broke out of that trend line, and we've pretty much been moving up since. Today, nice strong day, up 2.5% or so. And yeah, so in general, this still looks good. Now, we could get a pullback and a back test of the trend line, but it does look constructive and looks like it's going to continue higher. So we've got good resistance right up here. Probably get a reaction there at 46.57, but there's a gap to fill here at 50.80. So those are kind of the two levels I have right now. Okay, oil looks like a short to me right here, basically. This is oil futures. So CL, you can see I've got this downtrend line marked out right there in red. And it's basically resistance, resistance, and today pretty much right there at resistance as well. Okay, now we're slightly above the trend line, but here's the thing. When I zoom down to the hourly, look at what we got going on. We're making a high right here, kind of making it look like it's going to break out. It's a divergent high, all right? Negative divergence on the momentum indicator. So I suspect this is going to sell down. Okay, we're going to have a false breakout / bull trap and sell down and continue lower. So if I go back to the daily, we're probably going to head down to, probably this $75 area, making a new low. I don't know what that's going to be on because I know the news that just came out and the headline that just came out is bullish because they are cutting production. But the chart tells me it's going to go lower, make another leg lower. So that's it. That's all I see on oil. Looks like a short to me. And one of the trade ideas I pointed out to the private member group didn't work out yet today. But my ideas, my trade setups don't play out. They're not day trades per se. They're not meant to just work the very day that we get into them. Sometimes they do. On this one, you've got XOM's pretty much gone parabolic, just straight up. This typically doesn't end well. You've got a downtrend line. Now, it's only a potential trend line because here's the thing. I've only got one reaction and two. And today, we just kind of went right through it. You know, we did get a little bit of a pullback yesterday, but today just right through it. So not the best trend line. It's not something I think we can really trade off of. But here's the other thing. We did have this support line that was broken. Okay, so it was broken here, and we backtested it, and we're just slightly above it. This, to me, looks like a bull trap. They like to pop these things, and then I suspect tomorrow we gap down back below 100 and probably start to sell down. So that's my guess. We could hold up here for a few days, but I suspect we're going to break down tomorrow. And looking at the daily chart, the other reason why I suspect that this move up here today will fail and will sell back down, we've got negative divergence on the daily. There it is right there on the RSI and the PPO. So was a former high, and we just made a new high right here. We could potentially pop this high right here at 105.71. That is a potential. Maybe they want to rally it up and make a high there. If they do that and it still keeps the negative divergence, it would be probably a good opportunity to short, but I don't know. I think we fail probably right in here. If not, we'll stop out. We keep our position sizes appropriate, and manage risk. First Solar, I've been talking about this one for a while. No change from really the last couple weeks. I think we've started the selling though. I think we're going to continue to sell down. One reason why is the other day we made that divergent high where we popped above right there. Okay, that was a clear divergence. And there's only been selling since then. Pretty impulsive selling the following day, followed by more selling today. So we've got this little range, but I suspect we're going to take it out to the downside, probably with a gap down. And that's it. Target on this one still remains all the way down here at 78 with a gap fill. Okay, we start to get close, we'll cover and take our profit, but that's what I got on that one. Run, very similar. All right, our target on this one is right here at 24.31. We entered this position right there on, I guess we got in on September 20th. Again, if you've been with me on, you know why I like this trade, but there's your downtrend line on the daily. Okay, we popped above that trend line just for a couple weeks. When we did that, it was negative divergence. So this was negative momentum, false breakout. All right, this tells me that it was likely going to be a false breakout. Sure enough, it was. And now we head lower and go down and gap fill. And as you can see, pretty much looks like it's pointed straight down. We kind of had a little bounce here and rolling over the last 2 days. I suspect we get there, soon. All right, and that's our profit target. So 24.30. We've got another. The thing was down 3% today, and we've got another. It's about 11% down to that profit target. So one bad day, and we'll be there. Okay, real quick, guys, if you're interested in joining the private member group, I've had a couple people ask me, and there's several people in there. That group is where I'm giving you guys additional trade ideas, additional market insights, as well as we do the Saturday live streams where you can ask me questions about specific stock charts. I'll give you analysis on those charts. We do that on Saturday. If you're interested in joining that group, you should see a join button right here. If you've already subscribed, if you haven't subscribed, let's subscribe, guys. There's no point here if we're not subscribed. But if you're already subscribed, you should have a join button. So you click that, you should be able to join up. Okay, that's one way. Otherwise, in every single one of my videos, especially if you're on an iPhone, I guess this join button doesn't show up. Click on the video description. Down here, you'll see 2 links. One link is for my stock market technical analysis course, priced affordable, lots of value there. Take it if you're interested. And then the other link, you click that. That should pop open the membership to join. Okay, and that's it. Easy as that. Hopefully, you guys are getting value. Let me know if there's any charts you want me to look at or anything. I do scan the comments looking for different trade ideas, so let me know, and I will catch you guys tomorrow.